It didn't ask me or anything.
Nope. I don't think
It's
there's
just
anything.
going?
Yep.
It's just going.
Yep. You want to bring the mouse back, though?
Yeah, I suppose we'll bring the mouse back.
Well, you should be live.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my phone here and do a quality check for those of you who are here at 4 in the morning to do a tech test with us. Thank you for your contributions. That was really helpful. Looks like people might be seeing us, which is good news.
Looks like
You know what's fun?
Lows.
We have a mirror surface here with the microphone on it, and I can almost read everything backwards and upside down in the mirror.
Yeah, good
So
luck
even
with
if,
that.
even if I'm down here, I can be like, oh, hey, guys, what's going on? I see hellos, yays, I see all these. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our December live stream. I know we're competing with Markiplier today. And by competing, I mean, it's not a competition. He's streaming for charity, and that's awesome. We're
can
really
go
happy
there
for
if you
him.
want.
Yeah,
Come
we
ham
won't be
with us if you want.
offended. We don't have exactly a charity. We do have the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation donation button still on our other video. I don't think you can technically donate from this video, which is kind of obnoxious, but this was supposed to be just a normal stream anyway. But please check that out since we're talking about it. We had a charity, a joint charity with Game Theory this week for the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation, and I got to go over on GT Live and hang out with Matt and Steph and Katie, and that was super fun. And we actually put up a video yesterday where we did like an obstacle course.
We did. It was a lot of fun. AJ beat all of us very handily.
Spoilers. But that was super fun, and you can donate to that same charity. It's got the same fundraiser. And guess what, guys? We hit $200,000 yesterday.
Aw,
Yeah,
Yay!
like the collective campaign with Matt and Steph, that's hit $200,000. I'm really happy that we were able to help kind of like push it over that edge here at the finish line. So charity's going on all month, I think. So, but this was Giving Week, and we were really excited to, as soon as they mentioned involving us with that charity, it's an important cause. Mental health is a big deal in America, especially. We need services and research going on for these kind of things because there's a lot of people affected by it. So please, even if it's just $1, even if it's 50 cents, let's be real. Like if every person on our channel gave 50 cents, we'd have raised $1 million right now. And 50 cents is 2 quarters or 5 dimes or 10 nickels or 50 pennies. And if you got 50 pennies, please go donate them. Because if every person did it, there'd be $1 million just from random encounters. And Game Theory's got like
Sure moves.
over 10 million people.
Hey, dude.
don't be stepping on all the keyboards
Yeah.
and stuff.
Don't sell yourself short. The internet en masse, we can do huge and amazing things. So I really, really hope you guys will consider just dropping in some of your loose change or $1 with that donate button to that campaign and just pushing it. Plus, maybe we can get Matt to do something else weird. I don't know, he's gonna dye his hair. They made a theory.
There's
got a
somebody
weird
supposed to
photo
do it.
shoot with a bra I gave him on the stream this week. So who knows what'll happen if you keep donating? You might be able to get something new and interesting out of him.
Oh
Maybe.
boy.
Maybe. Yeah. Now that.
We can't make promises for Matt, but,
No,
but
no,
he
no.
does like to do things for you guys.
Yeah.
So.
So now that we started with a really ominous lead into this video. Hey Jay, I'm AJ. My name is above my head.
Hi, I'm Gwen. My name is, I think, I'm in the right spot. My name is above my head too.
My name is Nate today. I don't know why.
No, my name is Nate today and every day.
And every day.
So,
Mm.
watching.
And that's who we are. Who wants to explain the rules today? Oh, we got some moderators today. So let's introduce our
do.
moderators.
Um,
I saw Malcolm in here already.
Yep, Malcolm's here.
So
Malcolm Howard,
he's a good guy. Hi,
Neff and
Malcolm.
Joe, and Aiden are your moderators. They will be answering your questions in addition to us. So if you ask something, it's possible that they're answering it. So listen to what they're saying. They'll have little gears next to their name or wrenches next to their names.
besides just answering your questions, they're also there to help keep the chat clean and help to keep the chat running smoothly. So if they ask you to stop doing something, for instance, spamming a bunch of emojis or shouting out your channel or just screaming hi, 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 hi over and over, please listen to them. They're here for everyone's good and don't want to be mean to you, so don't make them be mean to you.
Yeah, especially our good.
Yeah.
We love our moderators. They're great. What are some of the rules of the chat today?
If you have a question, type all caps the word question followed by your question. If your question is, will you make blank musical, blank being whatever game you're
Super
suggesting.
Mario Brothers musical, Legend of Zelda musical, Goku the musical, Shrek the musical.
Yeah. The answer is generally always maybe. We might not. So if that's your question, think of a different question because we just answered it basically.
Yeah. So, we will confirm any musicals that we're actually actively working on. Otherwise, yeah, the answer will just be maybe. So find a different question. No spamming in the chat. That includes just strings of emojis. Please keep that under control, or else the moderators will help you keep it under control. What else?
We also have a super chat button, which you may have noticed down by the smiley face button. It
We
looks
do.
like a little dollar sign. You can absolutely use that to donate money on the stream today. You can use it to boost a question, but you can only use it to boost one question. We're only going to answer a question from your first super chat today. So if you give us multiple super chats, thank you so much. But we're going to try and move on to other people to make sure we get as many questions as possible from as many different people.
Yeah, it's not intended to be a paywall. It's just an opportunity for you to basically give a tip to us to be like, thank you for making content. Any other questions? Rules? Things we have to talk about?
Be nice. Everybody just be nice.
Be nice to each other. Yeah,
And we-
don't
and-
use bad words, things like
And
that.
we don't do shout outs, so stop asking for them.
Oh, but we do wish everyone in December a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to everybody in December. That's awesome. Anybody on the couch? Nobody?
My dad's birthday is my dad's birthday is tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We should give him like a birthday call probably.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, we should do that. My brother's birthday's in December too. But at the very end. You know who just had a birthday that we missed yesterday was David King, one of our friends and actors, and he does a lot of creepypasta on his channel, Midnight Marinera. And we unfortunately weren't able to make it down to him because we've been working on a lot of projects, and this one,
I'm sick.
she went and got herself sick! Ugh. Anybody else sick in the chat? Don't cough on us, please.
Yeah, I apologize if you hear me coughing a ton today. Yesterday was pretty gross.
Hey, you're doing pretty good this morning.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm hoping it'll stick. But sorry guys if I just lose it. So
It'll be like, oh, there you
General
go.
Grievous.
A little sample for us. Yeah, so happy birthday, David King, and happy birthday to the rest of you guys celebrating a birthday here in December. Because it's December now. It's crazy. All right, who wants to answer a question? We've got one up here.
Blue Fox Studios says, what was your favorite video of 2018? Mine was Cuphead because it was made in my birthday month.
Aww.
That's cool.
Happy birthday month.
I like the people
Many
do that.
months late.
I do that too. Like November things are always like a little bit higher in my head of being awesome because it's my birthday month.
Favorite musical of 2018. I mean, we haven't finished all the musicals of 2018.
That's true. We got
There's
one
still
more
one to
coming.
come.
Which I think is going to be a good one.
I'm kind of excited for it. She's been working hard on that 2018 music, the 2018, the last 2018 musical. I would go for. I like Baldy a lot. And I know that's like cheap because you guys are like, we like Baldy too. I thought Granny turned out pretty good. Cuphead is a lot of fun. Just Monica is super cool. Detective Pikachu, I like a lot of them this year.
So many like really cool ones this year.
I was gonna say I like our Navi song "Watch Out" that
Hey!
just came out a couple weeks ago,
It's so much better animated than Cuphead.
and it needs love because it doesn't have as many
Oh,
views
I
as it
know
should
that.
for how good
Please
it
give
is.
some love. If you guys have ever heard of The Legend of Zelda, and I'm assuming that a bunch of you are gamers and maybe you care about that kind of thing, take a look at it. It's such a it's very old school Random Encounters. The song was actually one of the earliest things we wrote on the channel. Like I'm pretty sure I wrote that music at least in my first year of working at RE, and the video set because we went, this is impossible to make with live action. It's just got too many silly, crazy things in it that we can't find a way to film. And then we got to work with Marlene Animates on an animated musical, and I was like, can we do this one? This is one that we've been talking about doing since like the dawn of the channel, and it was too hard to ever make in live action. And she said, sure, I can do that. And she did an amazing job with it, so please take a look at it.
The animation is so cute, guys. Like her style is wonderful, and we got Katie Herbert to come and sing as Navi
From
for
Just
us.
Monica, who plays Sayori.
Like there are so many wonderful things about this musical. I can't believe it doesn't have more views.
Oh, yeah.
Please go show it.
It kind of snuck out there underneath the Inkling song, I think, is what happened.
Oh, maybe it did.
Yeah, because and we're glad everybody's watching If I Was an Inkling. Please keep watching it because we want to impress Nintendo as best we can. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out next week. Not an ad for once. Not making an ad about it. Yeah, so I think that's what happened is Navi just we ended up putting 2 musicals up last month. And if you didn't watch either of them,
Shame.
Wow, you're behind.
Shame.
Here's your chance. No shame. It happens. Life gets away from you. Please take a look at both of them. I know they're both Nintendo related, and if you hate Nintendo stuff, and nobody hates Nintendo stuff, but if you do, I understand being like, this month has only musicals that don't appeal to me as a sophisticated non-Nintendo gamer. But for everybody else in the world that thinks Nintendo has a lot of fun characters and games, take a look at them. We still worked pretty hard. Both the songs are fun. And some really talented animation came out on one of them. Okay. Good question. Did you have any other musical you want to highlight?
No, it's good.
We all got one, right?
I think so.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to read the next question. Monster Maker question. What would happen if multiple musicals mixed like a fusion between FNAF and Doki Doki Literature Club? Woo!
Sounds
There'd be a lot of
horrifying.
murder in there. Like, people would
Do we
die.
end up with a showdown between Monica and Phone Guy and see who's more powerful? Is that what happens?
Maybe. Do we get like West Side Story, like the puppets and then the DDLC girls?
Oh,
Like,
puppets can't even snap. They have no fingers. They just be like,
I mean, if Monica can control her game, I feel like walking into FNAF, she can control that game too.
yeah, but it is out of her element, literally.
Maybe, but girl can step out into the real world. I feel like
And delete like FNAF off of your computer.
or just delete animatronics out of the game.
I was gonna say this
delete-
is assuming that FNAF in fact is not being considered a real thing as well. Like you could like stop playing Doki Doki, get up and go to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria to go have some pizza, maybe get murdered. So I don't know. What other mashups? What's another mashup? What about like Detective Pikachu exploring the sinister crimes of Grindelwald? Not Grindelwald. Somebody else on the channel. What's another
no,
mystery?
let's do that one. That sounds great. Let's see what Grindelwald does when an
Against
electric
Detective.
rat.
See, we're moving into like movies now. We'll like take Detective Pikachu, like the movie, and match that up with Harry Potter's Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
I like it. This is great.
I don't know.
what about like Baldy and Kindergarten?
Baldi in Kindergarten?
Kindergarten.
That's a good
No,
mashup. That's a good one.
Oh, hi.
I think Baldi dies in that scenario because like most of the people in the school in kindergarten die. So
Poor Baldy.
he'd be a good fit, except there are more vicious people out there than Baldi who just chases you with a ruler. Great question. If we come up with any other ones, or if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. We'll consider them. I'm still trying to figure out a mystery for Detective Pikachu. What's some mystery games?
Rhythm Thief is kind of mystery.
Rhythm Thief
I don't
mixed
know.
with
Can we take care of Feastalings right there at the top?
why not?
So Feastalings says, my older brother is asking me if you guys will do an Overwatch musical and what your favorite Overwatch character is. Mine is Tracer. Tracer is pretty cool.
She's pretty cool.
But I'm pretty sure my favorite is always going to be Junkrat. Like, Junkrat just...
Junkrat!
He's too much fun. He blows too many things up, and he... Like...
And he can spam things like "Happy Birthday."
Yeah.
That's all I say when I'm Junkrat, just over and over.
And he
over
doesn't
again.
have to really aim.
That's true. Oh, sick bird.
I mean,
better if
I
you
play as
do.
Junkrat.
Yeah.
They've made it so you have to aim better with him. They have made his bombs have to be more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good character though.
Who's your favorite?
I like Doomfist. Doomfist is my guy. One punch is all he needs, and I like that he has a Falcon punch basically. So it's like playing Overwatch with Captain Falcon. So Doomfist versus Captain Falcon, that'd be cool. That's a
that would be
mashup that
cool.
I'd be super
I
interested
think
in.
Doomfist would win because Doomfist is like an actual character. Captain Falcon is like a meme.
He's got to catch Captain Falcon first. Captain Falcon's got a pretty sick car.
Before it goes away.
I will. What about you, Nate?
Diva. Diva's my main. I have a hoodie right here for Diva.
Oh, there it
Hidden,
is.
but- yeah, I like Diva, but I like other characters too.
No, you don't.
I like
Only
Brigitte.
Diva.
I'm one of those Brigitte people that are shield bashing you
She's pretty intense.
She's
until she
nasty.
gets nerfed.
Yeah, she's a
50 damage to 5.
She's probably still a really good character. I haven't been playing her as much lately, but
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, the other part of that question though.
Are we going to do an Overwatch musical?
Are we?
Yes.
We are.
I believe we have plans to film it very soon. And in fact, that's the musical that he was just saying I've been working so much on, which actually he's been working a ton on too, so I don't know why he's saying I'm working so hard. But we absolutely have an Overwatch musical planned for December. It will be our Christmas musical, so it'll be a little Christmassy themed-ish. And it'll mostly focus on May.
Yeah.
Who is another character I actually started out playing and really like.
It's because she looks like her. Just a little bit. You gotta
Just a
fix the
little
hair a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
And she says sorry.
Sorry.
She does it a lot. So
So yeah, we're really excited about that. We're hoping it will be a really fun one for you guys.
I'd like to phrase it as it's our first Overwatch-based musical.
Yes.
I think because clearly we're not going to be able to do something about every character in one video. At least we're not going to this time. In the future, we'd like to cover more characters. So this one will really focus on May, but we have plans to include more characters from Overwatch in another musical, maybe next year. I don't know
You should
exactly.
buy a hamster.
Buy a hamster, put it in a ball,
put
and
in a
let it
little
become
ball
wrecking
and-
ball. That'd be fun. Hammond. All right, who wants to read this? We got a super chat from Joe Doom.
Super chat from Joe Doom.
Doomfist.
Thank you for your super chat. The question is, what December holiday/New Year's traditions do each of you have? And happy holidays from Florida.
Thank you, Joe. Doomfist. Traditions. Wow. That's a good question. Everybody's got their own traditions.
I don't really.
No, you don't have your own
I
traditions?
mean, we have traditions, but they're not like. This is like my family. It's
Yeah.
Christmas on Christmas morning. There's
So,
not really traditions.
Walk us through. What does that look like? If I was a fan of
Oh,
Random House, sit in Nate's family
you
living
would
room on Christmas.
you would open gifts at like 10 a.m.
Oh,
because
10 is generous. That's not bad.
generous. It always feels late.
Okay, that's fair. Like, the younger I was, the earlier I wanted to open them. Now, having to wake up any earlier than 10 on Christmas would be like,
Yeah.
ugh.
And then around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, we generally have Christmas with my dad's side of the family, be it at our house or one of their houses. Because my mom's side of the family comes in the morning, but her side's pretty small. Mr. Moose!
Hello.
Mr. Moose is Santa.
He doesn't have any Christmas traditions so far.
No, his Christmas tradition is to go, ow!
Mm-hmm.
It's to bite the Christmas tree.
Oh, that's his Christmas
Mr. Moose and Penelope, I think,
Yeah, they
try to
both
eat the Christmas
eat the
tree.
Christmas tree, knock the ornaments off. They'll grab the tinsel, just flip the whole tree over because we don't have a good tree. This year we might change that. We might improve our Christmas tree because we have a pretty shabby one. Gwen,
Well, if-
what traditions do you have? Unless you had some.
No,
other
I was going to say if we're going to buy a Christmas tree, it could be a tax write-off because we need one for the Christmas Shovel Werewolf
Christmas
episode.
Shovel Werewolf episode.
So,
That's weird to write off a Christmas tree on your taxes.
but you can.
It's true. If for
Ah,
whatever reason, because
Weasley
visually
Beast.
it's not a good Christmas tree and you need something.
Oh, you're leaving? Okay, bye.
Hi, my dude.
My family has a ton of Christmas traditions. Just
Oh, it's getting hot.
like the whole day, I feel like is planned out. But I don't feel like they're easy to keep without my family. I grew up with a family with 5 kids, so everything was very full and busy. And we would sleep in a pillow fort the night before. I think mostly just make sure we were out of my parents' way.
That's a pretty good tradition.
Yeah.
The Christmas tree fort.
Yeah, and some of them were really elaborate. There was one, I think, right after my youngest sister was born that took up the entire bedroom, and we begged my parents to let us put our 1-year-old sister in it. And I think we kind of lost her in the morning because part of it fell down. But she woke up eventually. It was fine.
She woke up eventually.
Well, you know, rats are small, but when they wake up, they get noisy, so it's fine. Yeah. In the morning, we open presents, and we have a very specific breakfast that we have to eat, and we have a very specific dinner that we have to eat, and the dinner has to get made the night before because it's really involved, and
There's a lot of work.
it's a ton of work. Oh my gosh, I hated it so much sometimes. And none of us change out of our pajamas all day.
Wow.
Which I think is the only thing that I really hang on to now is I don't want to change out of my pajamas on Christmas.
I mean, I do that every day generally.
Don't change
I
out
don't change out of my
every day.
pajamas.
You go out almost once a day still for something.
Yeah, but I put shorts or pants on, and then when I get home, I put my pajama pants back on.
All right, I suppose that's valid to say you don't really take off your pajamas most of the day. I don't have too many unique traditions, I feel like. One, though, that freaks people out, but I've done it my whole life, is my family always opens the Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. Because our custom was on Christmas Day to travel several hours to go visit with family and relatives. So there wasn't much time. Even if you got to open your presents on Christmas morning, you'd have to leave them home and then get in a car as soon as you unwrap them, basically, and take off. And you wouldn't see them again until, almost the next day. So for us, it became tradition to open them the night before, as a family in our house, enjoy them a little bit, go to bed, wake up, and, take off to go visit relatives. And that stuck with me. I like opening things on Christmas Eve. Like, Christmas Eve is almost more fun to me than Christmas Day because it's lower stress and it's, like, contained in my house. And I get presents and we, like, have a nice dinner and things like that. So, in a weird way, now that I don't necessarily... I'm not going to travel home, every year anymore to see my parents. I don't know what to do anymore. If we're just here in California and we don't have
presents every day
on Christmas, I'm like, what do we do?
I was thinking about it with my sister right here. It actually is not a bad idea for the three of us to do Christmas on Christmas Eve and then be able to see my sister on Christmas.
Oh, so I can keep the tradition alive.
Yeah. He can still leave his toys home, guys.
Cool. No, it's okay. At this point, it really is just more for, I think, the atmosphere getting to celebrate something. There's not too many toys that I am looking forward to most years, I think, because we probably already bought them if we're that excited. Great question. Who wants to read? Actually, I was going to read this one above it first. Rye Guy said, question, besides Overwatch, what other musicals are coming up?
Do we know what other musicals are coming up?
I mean, admittedly, maybe not.
No, we have
Simple
ideas
Slim.
for things we want to do, but we haven't nailed anything down specifically yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much we would tease. We should mention, because some of you guys are so excited about it, that we have started installing and playing a little bit of Deltarune. So no promises. Obviously, if we play through it and go, ugh, I hate it, this is terrible, then we're less likely to actually try to make a musical about it. I don't think that's going to happen. And you guys are pretty excited about it. So hopefully you're still going to be excited about it by the time we maybe get around to doing a video for it. We'll see. It's one of those things we're very seriously investigating at the moment. Any other music videos that we're actually... There's not much that we're really working on yet.
No.
We're just trying to finish the
Not
year.
really,
to be
yeah.
honest.
We're making plans, but they're really much more investigative plans than any firm things. So, if you guys have things that you want to see, feel free to leave us comments asking us to check them out.
We do read your comments.
We absolutely read your
Definitely read
comments.
your
We love your
comments.
suggestions. But
There will be a song in the Christmas Shovel Werewolf.
A song in the Christmas Shovel
That's
Werewolf.
about all we can offer, I think.
Okay, so yeah, that's fair. If you guys want a music video that's not one of the Random Encounters music videos, a Shovel Werewolf episode might suit you instead.
that was going to be fun too.
Did you want to tease anything else about it?
I feel like we've already teased it.
Hey!
Cat fight.
Cats!
Penelope's not happy with Mr. Moose.
Don't
Okay.
chase her.
He's just staring
Don't
down.
you chase her.
It's coming out December 24th, the Christmas Shovel Werewolf episode. It is going to be based on The Grinch. So
Woo!
you can probably figure out what potential musical song might be in it.
The Grinch!
If you're clever. Oh.
Or if you're not clever and you want to cheat, you can probably go watch The Grinch.
This is going to end poorly.
I'm pretty sure every version of The Grinch has used this song.
Yes.
Every version. How exciting. So that's getting made too. Okay, so I highlighted another question. Does somebody else want to read it?
Random Encounters Lad. Question. Will one of you go on Amino during the Fandom Encounters Got Talent?
Oh, so first of all, that's a cool username. Random Encounters Lad. Second of all, I've been checking out Amino recently. I saw that there is a second season of Fandom Encounters Got Talent, which, from my understanding, is a fan-generated Random Encounters themed competition, talent show. Basically, a chance for people to showcase what they're capable of and to share their love of Random Encounters and theater/singing/performance with other people from the community. I don't know. We missed it last time, and it was tragic. But I liked hearing about it and reading about it, and so maybe we'll catch some of it this time. For anybody who has not checked out the Random Encounters Amino community, we don't run it, but it's a really good community. It could use more members, I think, to help it stay active. But the people there do a really good job of putting stuff up pretty routinely. So take a look at it. Amino's a free app, and there's a good random encounters community started there that could use more. So if you're passionate about RE, that's a good spot to hang out with other people and maybe share your talent. Maybe. No pressure. Or if you're like me and you have no
Put
talent,
on
be
a
like, I don't want to show that off.
I was gonna say we could answer that Nintendo Boy question
Oh,
because that is
Do it!
we should do it. Nintendo Boy says, "Can you do a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate musical or a Baldi's Basic musical sequel or both?" We've already done both.
Hey!
Yeah, we did Baldi's Field Trip, the musical. So that came out in October. That's technically a sequel to Baldi's Basics, the musical. And while we haven't done a musical about everything in Super Smash Brothers, our Inkling song that came out a couple weeks ago is a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate musical.
Sponsored and approved by Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Take a look at both if you haven't seen them, because we actually like both of them a lot. Yeah. If we ever wanted to do another Super Smash Brothers thing, that would be a little bit harder because there's so many characters. It used to be a little easier before there were like 70 of them. So we'll see. Maybe at some point we could do more Smash Brothers stuff, but there's even third-party characters involved now. So even when we're getting sponsored by
we
Nintendo,
could do that Witch Twist song.
the Witch Twist song, that would be a little easier. Would be just to like feature single characters and like a joke one, like a Falcon Punch song, like a Witch Twist song. You could do, you know. And we did. We pitched a number actually when we worked with Nintendo on the Inkling song. They asked us for 5 characters off of kind of a list that we would be interested to make a song about, and we gave them 5. So obviously we made the Inkling musical, but there were 4 other songs that we actually pitched to them about other characters. I'm not sure if we should tell you, just in case we want to use them later. But there are other Smash Bros. Characters that'd be super fun to make a musical about.
Since we brought up Baldi's Basics, apparently
Oh, yeah.
you guys are asking questions about Baldi's, and I've seen like 3 people, including Lover Chick 321 and Sydney Panda Gaming, ask who played the principal in Baldi's Basics musical. Who played him?
So that is a friend of mine. His name is Matt Miranda, and I met him several years ago in film school because he was like top of the class. He's a super talented filmmaker himself, but he's also an incredibly good actor. And it was really exciting to get to pull him into this project because he kind of looks like the principal. And we've actually, if you want to see him in another role on the channel that he's also very good in, go watch our Phoenix Wright musical. He plays, I don't want to spoil who he plays, but take a look at it because he has a appearance toward the end of the musical.
It's a good one.
He's good. Yeah, everything he does is good.
We like having him around.
Yeah.
He's also, just so you know, he's musically talented and actually wrote the background music for Arkham Opera, which is our Batman song. And he helped do some of the orchestrations for FNAF the Musical. And a few other songs too. But that's the most famous one I think you guys have all seen, heard, are familiar with. What else we got? Hey, Marissa Smith wants to know, when am I getting married to Gwen?
Never.
When am I getting married?
We
Is it happening?
We got married.
A
We're-
month ago.
We're very married.
We're married.
Almost 2 months ago now.
We have rings. There's the rings. Mm-hmm. This is like the ring that like Sonic would get, and it seems like 7 rings in hand, like that. Mine looks like that. Mm-hmm. Sorry, it's like a secret rings
It was a good
reference.
We just
Should have
got
stayed
photos
secret.
back. Nate was one of the groomsmen. And,
That's true.
And we have some very epic photos and epic faces from him.
I was thinking about that because we got to invite so many of like our friends that have been in videos and stuff, and it was really funny flipping through some of the photos. I'm like, maybe we should share some of them on Random Encounters at some point because it's like a Where's Waldo game where it's like you'll see like these faces in the crowd, and you go like, I know that person. That person was so and so in this one musical, or like, hey, that's so and so from whatever. It's like it's actually a really fun game, even I think for fans, to see this crowd and be like, I recognize a bunch of these people from things, and they were all at the wedding dressed up, and it's weird to see them.
Let me say God.
I was like, what's the... Huh?
Stick pictures.
Oh, yeah. All right. Stick Pictures Animations has a great question here. Who played that guy at the end of Watch Out, the animated music video?
That guy? Who's that guy?
Is it Ganondorf? Was it Ganondorf you saw at the end of the video?
If you don't recognize Ganondorf, that's okay, because he hasn't been in many videos lately. I'm Ganondorf. I play Ganondorf in our Zelda videos.
You can't tell because he's not green right
Yeah,
now.
my complexion. I'm wearing clothes, so I don't have a beard.
I mean, usually Ganondorf wears clothes, just not in that one video.
Yeah, when he's taking his bubble bath.
You don't wear clothes in your bubble.
No, you're not even Ganondorf wears clothes in the bathtub.
I'm gonna
Maybe
say,
wish he did.
Maybe.
if you don't recognize him, you should go back and watch our other musicals
Yes!
about Ganondorf. We recently discovered that The Legend of Ganondorf has less views than our Dance of the Sugar Plum Clefairy song, which is
Figure that one out.
well, we enjoy both of them.
Uh-huh.
Ganondorf should just have more views. It just should.
Yeah, when The Legend of Ganondorf came out, it was like I guess it'd technically be the third musical on Random Encounters because Needle Mouse went up and Sing-a-Choo. But it was the third music video we ever made, was this whole song about Ganondorf. He tap dances in it and everything. And it actually was very successful for us when it first came out because with 0 subscribers, it had over 100,000 views on it in like a couple weeks. And we were like, yeah, that's amazing. So it was a very popular video for a while, and it's funny how people just kind of stopped watching or noticing it or something. YouTube doesn't even apparently share it in every country now, and I'm really confused about that. So we're trying to figure out why exactly some of these like Zelda projects are getting watched less than me and a Tutu singing a Clefairy thing. I didn't even sing that one. So there you go. You've got something to check out. And speaking of which, next year I think we're going to actually try to change out whatever video is on Random Encounters like weekly, so that some of our fans that haven't seen everything actually get a chance to like right in front of their eyes watch Random Encounters history kind of cycle back through every week.
I'm gonna say, to all our new subscribers, if you get time, go back and watch our older stuff.
There's over 100 songs on
There's
this channel.
so much on this channel that you have missed. That is all great stuff.
Hopefully.
Mostly all great stuff.
Mostly. It's on you to figure out which ones aren't great, okay? We're not going to tell you. You have to watch them all, and then you can tell
But chances
us.
are, if you like our current stuff, you will like our older stuff. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to like.
Yeah. I think we're more daring with some of the earlier things, to be honest. I think in some ways, like, while we've got more polished, you know, with age, I'm also like, sometimes we've reeled it back in. I'm not sure we would have gone for, like, a Ganondorf. I say that, but I'm like, we joked about a Doomfist song.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a Ganondorf song and a Doomfist song? I don't know. What else do we have? Question from Sydney Planda Gaming. AJ, can you please sing Baby? It's Cold Outside with Gwen.
Probably not.
That's a creepy song.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an interesting song when it was written, and it's
I still like the tune to it.
it is cute. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't really
Do
do
you want
covers
to
on
address
this.
the question above it as well? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea. We also don't do covers. So, generally speaking, you're not going to usually get an actual song on the channel. You know, we'll make a new one ourselves.
But we do like the idea of doing like songs together, which is I think one of the reasons we had so much fun with Inkling is because AJ and I just got to kind of run around and be silly together.
We've got a cool project coming up together like that too. I say that, I'm like, what we're actually doing is we're gonna take the recording video, and that's gonna be up. So hopefully, if you haven't watched the Inkling song, please go watch it, because this coming week you get to see Gwen and I sing it together.
And thank you so much for liking to see the two of us together. It helps us hang out more, and we like hanging out.
It's true. It's fun.
This is
Oh yeah. So Stuart Wilson asks, "Is Peter coming back?" Excellent question.
We announced on last month's stream that Peter will actually be leaving the company. He's going to be moving on, doing some other things. He's been here for a really long time, and he's just ready to move on and live in a different city and do different work and change his life up a little bit. Or a lot of it, I think he would tell you. So we are wishing him incredibly good things as he moves forward, and we are sad that he's leaving, but also understand all of his reasons. And yeah, so we're sad for you guys too that you won't get to see him anymore. But unfortunately, as of the end of this year, Peter won't be back.
Yeah, this is the last live chat. He was actually out of state, looking at property basically. So, yeah, sad to say, that's just kind of that's where things are at. And we've been lucky to have him for 7 years, to be honest.
We have been.
So, but that is a long time to invest, and you've probably heard other YouTubers kind of complain about the YouTube treadmill. That is this grinding, overwhelming machine that will scrape you down day after day because its algorithms don't allow for things like
Time
vacations,
off,
breaks,
yeah.
things like that. And obviously, Peter did have a chance to get away for a few months just to test the waters of how important that was for his life and his livelihood and his creativity. And the answer was very important. So we had to kind of come together and make a decision about, where he wanted to go and what his priorities were going to be. And I think for everybody's sake, this is actually going to be a better change probably. It's not necessarily going to make the videos better. We'll have to take some time
But it's not necessarily going to make them worse.
That's true
Because Baldy is our biggest song on the channel. Everybody loves it. That was made during the hiatus where Peter wasn't here. So we still can put out great content. It just is without one person to help us around.
Yeah. So we'll have to rethink our process a little bit. We made Granny and Baldy and Detective Pikachu without Peter thinking that he was going to be back to, take cover of more of those responsibilities. So we're going to have to rethink exactly how to do that in a longer term setting and not just like, oh, sure, at the end of this, Peter will come clean that back up for us and fix anything we left kind of broken or something. So it'll take a little bit of work. We're going to miss him. He's been really helpful. I hope you guys miss him too because he did some great things. And if you need one more good reason to go back and watch some of the old videos, it's because that's where you're going to get the gold mine that is songs that Peter sings. Please look at some of those like 100-something songs because you're going to find some really great things that Peter did when he was working here. He founded the channel with me, and he's been going up until now. So there's a lot there to see. From Emily Collins!
We have a super chat from Emily Collins.
Would you like to read her chat?
We
Hi,
have
Emily.
a comment from somebody else we met in London asking if we'd ever come back. And I'm just going to real quick be like, maybe. We'd love to. We love to travel as much as possible. We'd love to get to meet as many of you as possible. And it's always nice seeing names pop up in the chat here. There are people we've actually met face to face. It really makes me happy.
It'd be really fun to come back. We'll have to bring Nate next time, though.
Yeah.
So not a honeymoon next time. We'll just bring Nate. We'll have fun. We'll all hang out in London. But don't talk like the Queen, and it rains all the time. Oh, look, it's raining.
Emily asked, if you could be a Greek demigod, whose child would you be? She'd be Athena's daughter, which is cool. Like, Athena is awesome.
Good question.
Yes, it is. It actually, I'm pretty sure, is based on the Percy Jackson series. Like, that entire series is the idea that all the main characters are children of Greek gods, and they have specific personality traits based on that.
Okay.
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 Because I read the books, and I
Cool.
totally was in the fandom. I would be Hermes' kid. Hermes is the god of travel and of tricks and just kind of having fun and being a prankster. And I think that just sounds like me. So.
I'd be Kratos' son because he's technically the god of war in a different timeline.
I like it.
So then I could be boy.
You could be boy. We can't spoil the game, but I feel like we would know your actual identity then.
Yes, I never played that far in the game, but yes, I do know who.
You would not actually just be Nate. Then.
I do know what boy is real. Yes, who he really is.
That is not Artemis. I don't know any Greek gods, so Zeus. Zeus's kid.
You be hurt.
I'd be Dr. Zeus's kid. I make rhymes of everything.
Good job. That
Thanks.
means Hera's gonna try and kill you your entire life.
Well, that's not different from my normal life.
That Hera. What a joker. You could be Kevin Sorbo from
be
Hercules, the legendary journey.
There you go, guys. AJ is
Amazing.
Hercules. Where's the other?
I like
Thank you for the
Hercules.
what else do we got? Retro Beetle wants to know, question, what are your guys' thoughts on the Fire Emblem series? There's too many of them in Super Smash Bros.
I've never played them, but
No other opinion.
they're tactics games. From what I know, they're all tactics games, right? Tactics RPG for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah, basically.
I'm not big on tactics RPGs. When I play RPGs, I prefer usually action RPG or just turn-based, like Super Mario RPG or like the Final Fantasy if I'm interested in like a JRPG. But I'm not big on the grid stuff with tactics. I played Pokemon Conquest. That was like the only tactics RPG that I played that I liked.
forgot that existed.
I liked it because it was Pokemon, and it was, I feel like, more simplistic than a normal tactics
Sure.
RPG.
That makes sense.
But yeah, for the most part, yeah, I agree with AJ. My only thought on the Fire Emblem series is there's too many other characters in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, unfortunately, don't have a lot of thoughts. I should probably play them though.
In general, he doesn't have a lot of thoughts.
Just not in general. I downloaded the mobile one. I can't remember what it was called. There was one on the phone back when Nintendo was putting out more of these like Animal Crossing Pocket.
I don't know what that one's called.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was called, but it was on my phone. But I'll admit, I opened it once, and I don't think I did anything with it. And now it's not on my phone anymore because I didn't do anything with it. Yeah, so one day, I wouldn't say that it's out of the realm of
Fire
possibility.
Emblem Heroes? Fire
Yeah, that
Emblem
was.
Fates?
I think it was Heroes.
Okay.
So it's possible at some point when we actually get around to playing more, a video could show up for them. Excellent question though. What else we get?
ZK in AK asked,
ZK.
can AJ tap dance in a future RE video?
That'd be
You should
super
still
fun.
tap dance.
I've got tap shoes upstairs. I believe I can make them tappity tap.
Okay.
I don't know that I can do it as well as
I was gonna say, I feel like you used to probably have more knowledge.
Oh, way more knowledge.
Fresh out of college for Ganondorf.
Yeah, I'd only been out for 3 years, 2 years,
Yeah.
2 years. So it was a lot easier when I'd just done it 2 years ago through like a whole semester. Now it's been over 10 years since I took that class, I think.
But what character would you make tap dance besides Ganondorf?
Character that I would make tap dance.
I was like, who has AJ played? Detective Pikachu could tap dance.
I'm like, Ganondorf just makes sense. There's got to be others, though. I mean, it's cheating to throw out people like Sally Stageplay from Cuphead because she literally has a tap dance number in her song. And I'm like, that's so cool.
But you have to play her, though. They're asking you to tap dance.
Okay, so I'd probably go with like Cuphead, actually, would be like it's a cartoon character. I would imagine he could. Even Bendy, to be honest. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to animate Bendy like doing it. There are like definitely those old timey like cartoon characters. Some of those actually make a lot of sense to tap dance. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else in a more recent. Is there like an Undertale character that you feel like I could see maybe Papyrus doing a tap dance number because like Bones make you think that they would make like tappity tap
Yeah,
sounds.
it's
He's
true.
kind of gangly, so I can imagine Papyrus doing a tap dance.
Papyrus!
Oh, Undyne could maybe do it too, to be honest. You say that, but it's like she could have like a big, like broad number where like, you know, because she's got kind of a soft side too, so you can like switch like what kind of style her song is in, and she's very like over the top. I tried to wonder if Mettaton would do it, but I'm like,
I feel like it's too
He's
old
too-
school for
yeah,
Mettaton.
yeah.
Mettaton wants to be flashier.
yeah, flashier than that. But I'm like, you could maybe break out in the middle of a song with Undyne with like the Royal Guards or something that's like a synchronized tap number or something. I'm like, right before she tries to kill you. This is why it'd be cool to make an Undertale movie. It'd be so fun. We'll make it a musical. How about? I don't know. If you guys have a suggestion for a tap dancing character that you think Random Encounter should cover, let us know. What do we... Oh, that's a good one. Rain Shellhamer. Question, how long did it take you to make the robot, first prize, from Baldi's Basics the musical?
Which time?
Probably the first time, and then how long did it take you to fix him with a tank setup?
I was gonna say, he had a fixing in the middle
Yeah.
as well.
So first prize is the robot. I think been built 3 times.
He kind of looks like this.
The first time I probably built him in about a day and a half. I built him mostly while AJ and Nate were out at a convention, and I was building him around my work shifts. So I think it actually ended up taking like 4 days or something like that, but it was like an hour here and out of there. It wasn't. It wasn't a lot of time. He's mostly made out of paint and PVC pipes.
So isn't that holds together?
Yeah. He didn't hold together that first time, which is why he got rebuilt the second time. We made him smaller, and I think that only took an afternoon to make him smaller. And then this third time, we made him into a remote controlled tank, and that took 2 days. Just because there's a lot more complicated things that I realized about making him roll around.
Yeah.
Like, he already had wheels, but we had to put him on a set of wheels that had a remote control attached to him, and I basically tore apart a children's car, which I've never had so much fun getting to destroy something. Like, I was like yanking wires and feeling like an electrician and also just sawing through random things and being like, we don't need that anymore or that anymore. It was pretty cool. It was. Darn it! Which Fast and Furious movie is it where they just start taking pieces off the car to make it go faster because they don't need them?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what movie that is.
I don't know, but it was one of those where it's just like, just take that off, just take that off, just take that off. Oh, it doesn't really look like a car anymore, but it still goes.
I need to figure that out now.
I can barely remember the scene, to be honest.
I know.
It's got to be either. It's one of the later ones because I didn't watch the first.
Yeah, because he's in like Cuba or something, right?
Yep.
It's that one, and it's
Yeah.
like right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It might be like the first one.
No, it's
I'd say
not.
the first. I'm sorry, the last one. 7 or it was 8. 8 was the Fate of the Furious. Because in that one, he gets stopped and given like an offer
Yeah.
pretty early on. I feel like it was toward the end. I don't know though, because I don't remember. It wasn't in theaters, was it? I mean,
I
we
don't
didn't watch it in
remember.
the theater. Anyway,
All right.
that's a different. Like, if you want to ask us more Fast and the Furious
Furious.
questions and stuff,
Brittany Larveld said, "Will you bring back the Five Nights at Freddy's?
bring back. the
Bring it
Five
back
Nights.
because it left because people are totally done with Five Nights at Freddy's now. Yeah.
Apparently not. Apparently they aren't. We actually tried to bring it back this year a little bit, and I'll be honest, the odds of it coming back again have lowered just because, honestly, it felt like our channel, our fans, had stepped away from the series a little bit, and I don't blame them entirely either. What happens is we made a prequel this year called Ground Zero with CG5, and he's a really talented. I want to call him a kid, but he might be older than you. So Charlie does a great job, and he's got his own channel, CG5, where he does a lot of cool music videos. Some of them are about FNAF. And we had the pleasure of working with him on a FNAF prequel that kind of introduces where some of the animatronics come from. And it teases into the universe that you've seen in FNAF the musical. Very different song style. We actually had a lot of fun changing a lot of people's expectations from dark and brooding to being like, here's a sunshiny song about getting a new job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and nothing goes the way you think it's going to go. So we did that this year, and we actually thought this could go further. We could make more out of this. There's a whole story. Like, there's this gap of history that's unaccounted for at this point where we don't know what happens after the end of Ground Zero up until night 1 when Markiplier has a job at Freddy Fazbear's and he's the new guy. So that's all just this big period of time that could be filled in still. I'm not sure how much our encounters want to see it, to be honest, because the difference of numbers between what any of the night 1 through 5 received on random encounters and what the numbers of Ground Zero are is pretty dramatic. You'd notice that people don't seem as interested to go back and look at the opening story stuff. You could fairly ask us, though, would you continue the story past night 5 and go, what happens to Mark next? What happens to... I'm like, the answer is Mark lives out his life, starts a YouTube channel, does whatever fun stuff. I don't think the story's going to continue beyond that because Mark, Nate, Matt, Pat, they're all busy people. They've all got their own interesting things they want to go do. Most of them aren't that interested in Five Nights at Freddy's anymore, or at least having to come sing in a video for it and take all day long working on projects for it. So the answer is probably it won't continue unless we fill in some of that gap. And filling in that gap looks less likely because I don't think people are interested in that story at this point.
And I'm seeing some of you guys saying that you loved Ground Zero. We are so thrilled for anyone that loved Ground Zero. We're not trying to discount any of those.
No.
And we want to make sure that people get what they want on the channel. But sometimes that means that you're going to get what you want, and sometimes that means that, the person next to you is going to get what they want. And we're going to try and do our best to rotate through things and
Yeah.
make everyone as happy as we can.
In a weird way, we all share the channel. So some months you guys get stuck with Detective Pikachu or Watch Out, a Navi song, because we're still, fans of some of these other games that are like, I love Pokemon or I love Zelda and things like, and maybe you guys don't. So every so often we get what we want, which is, I want to make this fun Zelda song. And sometimes we get a Baldi's Basics song because we've never played it, but everybody's talking about this cool game. And we're going to go try it out and maybe make a song about it. And sometimes you might get another FNAF, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? Great. Wait, Curioner? Curioner. I'm going to go with that. What's the highest music note you can hit?
Oh gosh.
We don't know the names of those.
All right,
You're gonna
so
ruin
we're gonna
headphone users.
Stay away from the mic.
I'm not even gonna try this.
You're not going to try it. Oh.
You It made AJ sad.
Well, good. Do it yourself.
You're not gonna participate?
Why? I don't.
Wait till I hit the highest note.
I don't want to hit a high note.
Well, you just went like, what? That was already pretty high.
Oh, okay, there's my high note then.
That's the highest you can go.
Yep, that's the
I'm
highest
telling
I
you, you
can
can't do it any higher.
Oh my gosh.
No, he says like half a note higher. No, I can't. No.
Where's your high note?
It's not possible.
Do your high note.
Alright. Good.
Alright.
Show him up.
Rude.
Alright. So, normal voice is about here, like, that's my normal voice. And then we can go up, 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 up. I can't get us to the next octave. There we go, I got up there.
And that's like
That's about the
your
best I can do.
Oh my gosh.
kindergarten voice. Lucy? I
Oh yeah, that was a pretty high.
can't remember her name.
Paper.
Yeah. Is it Lucy? No.
Lucy is her name.
Lucy?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's harder when you actually have to put because the higher you get, the muddier your voice sounds. So trying to add little squeaks and little things is that's what trips you up, I think. Just going high is. What about you? Show me up.
I'm sick. That's just gonna hurt.
Apparently AJ was the only one who's actually excited about this question.
Oh.
I'm
Which
sorry. I would love to,
is
but
typical
I'm not
AJ.
even sure if I can sing without dying.
Do you
What
want to do
about-
the lowest note instead?
Now it's like we're gonna hold a cult meeting.
We need candles and
At another time.
Oh, you know, it'd be fun. We should go Christmas caroling in hoods and robes with creepy candles and just stand outside people's doors and be like, oh.
Or you get shot or something. Not that we live in a neighborhood where you're gonna get shot, but
No, but it'd be so
there's
fun.
definitely like a
eating
neighborhood
dinner.
watch sign on like everyone's house. So if
They're,
they
like,
see
eating-
three
Can
creepy
we
people,
dress as like Franciscan monks
That's what-
and then do it?
They'd be like sitting there eating dinner and they just hear like, ooh. So like,
a good
what's
way
that
to get
weird
the-
droning going on?
Oh,
some cops
There's a
called
door-
on you.
There's a bunch of weird
no.
monks with candles outside be like, oh. I have my new life goal. It's to go stand outside someone's door with a troop of monks and just be like, oh. It'd be so good. They wouldn't know. It'd be like, thank you.
Jared.
Typical AJ is perfect, by the way.
Thank you.
so you can answer Jared's question.
Jared
That's like a
Hamlin,
plug.
can you guys make an instrumental of the medical musical?
The medical musical. The medic musical. There is an instrumental of it. It's actually available on Patreon to our Patreon encounters. I say it's available, but the thing is, every month we actually have a tier on Patreon where we give out some of our old musicals.
In addition to that month's musical as well.
Yeah. So that has been given out to some of our Patreon encounters already. We don't make the musicals available as instrumentals for just everybody because we want to be able to make that something special still to incentivize and help people that are supporting the channel regularly.
What is the tier that you need to pledge?
I think it's
in
the $15 a month gets you 3 of our instrumentals. Whatever
So-
the month is that you pledged it during. And then 2 older ones. One that's like a classic song that has to be like pretty old.
Which
and
could
then
be
one,
Medic.
Yeah, and then one that I think we let fans vote on. Speaking of which, it's the first of the month. It's time to put up one of those polls and let people on Patreon go vote. If you sign up now, though, you're not going to actually see that until January because once the month begins, you don't get charged until the first of the next month. So I think you've missed this month's cutoff, unfortunately. But you can still get in for the future, and it still can come up, and you might even be able to vote for it.
Yeehaw.
The goal of Patreon, by the way, is not supposed to be to sell music.
No.
The goal is actually a way for you guys, like the super chats that are coming in. It's a way for you guys to contribute toward musicals and to help keep us, funded and making them and hopefully making them better. And that's the point of it. And what we do is we offer basically little thank you gifts. So if you're trying to shop for Random Encounter stuff, Patreon's not a good way to do it. Patreon is mostly for people that just like supporting the videos and want to be part of the process. If you want to be part of the process, by the way, we do reports every week, and that's actually some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that you don't see on the channel will be up in those early, secret videos that we post
And
on
that's
Patreon.
only $1 a month, right?
That's $1
Yeah.
a month, yeah.
So-
So anybody who's supporting anything from $1 up gets access to see once a week basically what we've been working on. We usually try to show off like any costume stuff we've got. I'll throw up a piece of I'll throw up. I just throw up.
Don't do that.
Put
No.
music up for people to listen to, like early versions sometimes. If we're on set, Those are the most fun ones because then we'll stop whatever we're doing for a couple minutes just to like, hey, I'm dressed up as Ganondorf in a bathtub today. What's going on? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for that one, people behind the scenes got to see like all the broken glass. It was fake
Broken glass. That was
all
fun.
over the floor.
I was still finding that the other day.
I found it the other day too.
Yeah, I found it in the costume room. I'm like, how did this get in here?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Physics.
Cats.
Don't worry, it wasn't broken glass.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was candy
cats.
glass.
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt anybody.
So, yeah. The cats were trying to eat it. I was like, I mean, you can. It's kind of weird. Like, if you're going to eat fake glass, would you try to eat real glass?
Mm-hmm.
The answer is probably. So we
I
should
mean, they
watch
eat
out
bugs,
for those cats.
and Peanut was trying to eat a screw the other day.
Mr.
that-
Meows ate his own hair. He's
Ugh,
like
that was
balled
weird.
up, and he's just like,
I don't know what's
didn't know
wrong
what to
with
do.
him.
We freaked out. I cried.
We put him
It was
down.
weird.
We did
No,
not.
he didn't. He didn't. But
Darky has a question. Can you guys come to different countries too, such as the Netherlands? Excellent question. We would love to travel to more countries.
We would. I really love traveling. I know AJ has a lot of fun with it too, and you've been to like Japan and stuff too. You'd do that again, right?
I like traveling. Yes.
But would
I
you
like
go to the Netherlands?
I like being in the place. I don't like sitting on the plane for like
Oh,
13
yeah.
hours, but I do it to go to the place. I
Yeah,
like.
laptops,
I mean-
switches. There are fun things you can do on a plane still.
Yeah, I mean, of course we'd love to go to these places. Generally, it's expensive for us to just like leave our job, and then
Yeah.
usually it has to be a convention invites us and pays us to be there. Otherwise, we're losing time and money from working on our channel to
Yeah.
go be there.
It's not easy to work
Yeah.
in a hotel room around a convention schedule, which is why we try to make sure that we're not having to pay to get to the convention at least. That said, I know we talked last year just about even getting to Canada because I'm like, it's our neighbor, it's right there. You know, they mostly speak English. This would be a really easy, place to go meet some fans. And that one didn't unfortunately happen, but we're going to keep looking at things like that. If you have a convention in your area, whether it's in the US or abroad, any other country of the world, you can talk to the convention staff and ask, if they have a guest relations person, if you can make a guest, recommendation or suggestion, request, whatever they phrase it as.
The more of you guys that ask for us to be there, the more likely we are to be there. Because if they think that people are going to be excited, they're more likely to pay money to bring us there.
Yeah.
That's their job, is to bring people are excited about.
Darky's question actually reminds me of another one I saw earlier and failed to highlight, and I don't know who said it now. So I apologize if it's you. Someone asked us a question in Spanish, and then they followed up by saying, in English, would you make any Random Encounter songs in Spanish in the future? It was a really good question, because I know they're not the only ones that actually would enjoy hearing a Random Encounter song in, a different language or their native language. It's something we've talked about. We do have a philologist on staff now, which means she studied.
Which means if we want
And
to
works with
translate
languages.
it in Latin, I can probably do it.
And then
Ancient
sing
Greek,
it, right?
definitely.
And it'll-
It'll
It'll summon some sort of creature.
be great. We have talked about whether or not, because I know fans have translated it. There's some really good fan translations in other languages. There's a talented group that does stuff in Russian, which is really cool too. So it would be fun to do. We don't have the technical knowledge of most other languages, I think, to actually do our own. But it's something that we've talked about setting up with maybe even fans. And then making like an RE International, version of some of the songs so you can hear them in other languages. Who knows? It might happen.
Yeah, we think it would be really cool. I think it's really fun to hear, the tune in a different language that I don't necessarily understand, but understand bits and pieces of. And so it's definitely something that we'll look into at some point in time.
Yeah. It's one of the trickiest things is because some of the songs, they have like jokes written into them and puns and wordplay and rhyming and figuring out whether or not that's all like being done in a professional, effective way in another language is very difficult. Obviously, if you just do a straight translation, you might end up with some really awkward sentences that don't fit at all into the music. And so for us, that's one big preventive feature of going, if I don't know the language, I can't actually look at this and say, yeah, that makes sense, or like, really we should change those words because they just sound terrible together and the rhyming is completely gone and things like that. So there's a huge leap of faith we'd have to make with just about anybody who can kind of verify, yes, this is like the most professional way to take those lyrics and convert them for another language. we'll see though. I don't want to write it off at all. I think it'd be really fun and a good idea. It is past 1 o'clock.
It is past 1 o'clock.
So
Oh.
if we feel like cutting things off after another question or two, might be worth it. Let everybody get back to their Markiplier charity stuff.
It's true.
I'll get back to my Markiplier charity stream.
This is not a bad way to close it out if we
Okay.
want to.
Sure, let's read this one.
Crystal Bubbles asked, what would you say is your proudest accomplishment of 2018 and why?
Excellent question, Crystal
Come on
Bubbles.
here.
Finding the will to live.
Wow!
Dun, dun,
Wow.
dun. Nah, that's a joke.
Proudest accomplishment. All right, so I feel like I could name a couple. I'm gonna start. I actually don't want to take it away from anybody else. I'm not.
Go
gonna,
ahead and start.
Yeah, nobody has a clear one in their head right now.
Not really.
So Cuphead the musical took a lot of work, and we don't really have that animation training. Like, I've never had to make something in After Effects. I've never done puppet animation to that degree. Never done music video that involved. Never had a cast that huge for something like that. So just about everything involved with Cuphead the musical pushed us past any limits that we had previously experienced. And we really didn't know how that was going to turn out. And I know some of that work actually began in 2017. So it's a little bit of a touch and go how fair an answer this is. But I was very proud by the time the video was over. Like days before it went live, probably 24 hours before it live, I told Peter, I was like, I am so proud of how this turned out. This is actually a really cool video. And I wouldn't have just looked at us and said, yeah, those guys can make that. I would have been like, that's impossible, and they don't have the skill set to be able to pull something like that off. So I really didn't think that we could do it. And and it came out, and a lot of other people didn't like it as much. They were like, that's not well animated. But to me, that doesn't change the fact that, like, it's better than what I thought it could do. I thought we were going to end up with a Samus the Spaceman cowboy looking kind of thing. And it's a good video, go take a look at it, but it's a video that's kind of a parody of the game, and it's clear that, you know, it's meant to be a lot sillier and not like a quality project. I actually felt like we did as many of the characters with as many of their attacks and stuff like that as possible for Cuphead. And we fit it all in, and I thought it looked pretty decent, like pretty close to how the game shows those moves, and it even gives some of the characters a little bit more, you know, definition. It's worse than hand animation by far, and yet I felt like we actually captured a lot of the essence of the game. So I was very proud of that, and even all the hate on the comments can't take that away from, I'm proud of it still. I guess I'm gonna take this as like the one everybody's like, oh yeah, me too.
I don't know. It's been a really big year, guys. Like, I don't think I can adequately. We're not doing that one.
You don't want that.
Like, express how many things in my life have actually changed in the last 12 months. I moved. I changed jobs. I got married. Like, those three things are more than enough. It's been a really weird year of kind of juggling what I'm doing when, and I'm really proud that I just did it all. Like, I went to work, I planned a wedding, I worked on musicals here, I took care of, you know, all the daily life stuff, and I'm really glad actually to be on the other side of it a little bit and going, I get to focus on making musicals and life stuff. And is that an accomplishment? I don't know. I made it through, and I had fun doing it, and I don't feel like I bit anyone's head off in the middle, which is good.
Yeah, right over the wedding, it got really busy because we had animation. We were just finishing up another project. We took on another project. Like, we put out 2 musicals in November, which usually we tried to just do one a month. And we thought with a wedding and you moving and doing a honeymoon for several weeks, and Peter ended up on a honeymoon for several of the same weeks. And we're like, this is insane. No one can actually get more projects done with less time. And yet we were able to do it. Yeah. And you moved here, and most of your furniture is here.
I'm only missing two things, guys. I'm missing my desk and a chair, and then I will be completely moved in here.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely
Who needs
incredible.
those?
Yeah, I
Me.
just use the floor.
Me.
Oh,
I
okay.
want them
Oh, okay.
a little.
We'll get those sometime still.
My books are all here, guys. That is an accomplishment. Do you know how many books
Good.
I brought into this house?
Fuel for the fire.
There's so many books here. We're not used to having this many books.
The good news is the games still outnumber the books, I think.
That's important. Video games outnumber books.
I'll work on it.
No!
I'll buy more games.
You can't stop us.
I'm counting digital games as well.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
we all got copies of
Wait,
Diablo.
you can count digital games. I can count digital books.
How many digital books do you have? I'm not. Anyway,
I'm gonna keep buying you games too, so that you have to buy more books to outnumber.
You got me a $100 gift card to Barnes and Noble. I haven't even used yet.
you can buy games in.
I was gonna say, can you get games?
We're gonna count board games too. They got it.
Oh, there you go.
In terms of
games or books, people, vote. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and you were referencing how busy we were in before the wedding and
Yeah.
leading up to it. That's sort of where one of my proud accomplishments, I guess, comes from. Season 3 of Shovel Werewolf was one of our best seasons. Has some of the best characters, Biffalo Bo, some really fun games, and to be honest, that season was done in crunch time. Like, those scripts got pumped out really quick.
Yeah, that was on top of the wedding too.
Yeah, this is on top of the wedding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 musicals.
So, yep.
And a wedding and almost a month out
Yeah,
of town.
and even though I wasn't
on
like
Shovel
on the
Werewolf.
honeymoon, like every episode of Shovel Werewolf, other than the finale, needed to be done before they left because AJ gives input. You know, with me, we worked together to get a final edit done, and he wasn't going to be back from his honeymoon until a couple days before the finale aired. So I needed those first 4 episodes written, shot, filmed, locked, edited, complete, and uploaded and scheduled all before the wedding while we were working on musicals and everything. And it was horrifying to deal with, but I think it turned out really great.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
So
And some of those games people have been like waiting for too.
it's
Those-
true.
The
That,
juiciest
like, yeah,
ones
those
of
are
all
some of the
time.
juiciest games.
They were fun. Yeah.
So
People waited so long to see E.T. and like Superman 64. People were like, these are the like notorious ones. Everybody knows they're terrible. What happens when a guy turns into a werewolf tries them?
yeah, he threatens to hurt Lex Luthor in weird, mysterious, disgusting ways.
Oh, no.
It's wonderful. It's great.
But
Yeah. I would say those are probably a number of really good accomplishments we did. Yeah. I'm proud of this year in general. This is going to be a really fun year in Rewind, the RE Rewind video that comes out. Because we're going to do the same thing as last year, where we start with our December musical, but we play it kind of partly in reverse. We just find clips of it, play it in reverse, have kind of a remix of the song, and it leads into the Navi one. And then that'll lead into the Inkling song, and that'll lead into Baldy's Field Trip, and so forth. We'll just keep going backwards. All the way back until Don't Starve back in January. It's going to be so fun to play back through them and hear all those songs just in snippets and do it all backwards. It's going to be a busy, chaotic looking, but it'll be one after another. It'll be like, proud of that, glad we did that.
It's
Like,
really true. Like, someone asked at the very beginning of this chat what our favorite musical of 2018 was. And
Yeah, I named a bunch.
amazed by the number of them that I was like, I really liked that one. I really liked that one. Like, I don't think there's any musical this year that I didn't walk out of going, you know what? That's just fun.
Yeah, so stay tuned because that'll be out probably at the very beginning of January. We'll probably either make it the last video of the year or the first video of next year. And we'll get to walk back through all of them.
And speaking of last videos of the year, there will be a season 3 of Shovel Werewolf bloopers
Woo!
after the Christmas episode comes out. So
It's going to be mostly me.
it's gonna be a lot of Biffalo Bub. Biffalo
What
Bub.
do I say now? I don't know what you say no more.
So that'll probably be, I think, December 31st is what we did last year. So
Sounds fun.
it'll be
Oh,
there.
man. So you guys have a busy December coming up. Outside of probably your holiday plans and your travel and things like that. Speaking of which, be safe if you're traveling. And if you are traveling, I hope you're traveling towards Chicago because maybe we'll get to see you there between December 14th and 16th. It's been down here the whole time. It's a sneak attack of Kyle Delete. Wow, how did we make it this far into the chat and we didn't actually acknowledge that we have a convention this month in like 2 weeks?
Because we were waiting for this excellent segue to plug it.
Good thing it happened right here at the tail end of the video. Yeah, we're really excited. This is going to be our second year back. We met some really cool people, including one of our moderators, at Con Alt Delete last year. It's a super cool convention. They have some really awesome guests. The website is conaltdelete.com. It doesn't get more simple than that. I don't remember what they charge for badges. I don't think it's a lot, and I think it's worth it because they have a really cool convention.
They do. Like, it's been one of my favorites so far.
It was one of the first times we got to hang out with people, too. Like,
Yeah.
we played 1-2 Switch with fans there last year.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, which became a thing that, like, well, we have to do this at other conventions. We have to do this at the London meetup. Like, let's do this, like, other places. So, yeah, we had a really good time. We can't wait to be back. I know it's cold. Chicago's kind of cold. But you know what? The cold never bothered me anyway. So there.
Oh, we went there.
Plus, it's all indoors. So you don't have to go outside if you don't want to. Yeah, I hope we get to see you guys there. Please let us know, like, in the comments. Message us on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Like, tell us if you're going to come to that convention because we'll have a really good time together.
And if you show
I
up
promise.
to the convention, feel free to tell us what your name is online so that we can be like,
Yeah.
oh, we've answered those questions before, or we've talked to that
Yeah.
person before. Like, we would like to know who you are, not just be like, another face. Hi.
Even if it's just like, I'm that dude that asked the chicken question. Be like, oh, hey, that dude that asked the chicken question, whatever your name is.
Yeah. Like,
I remember you. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot, but it's really cool to meet up with people and put a face to somebody that we've actually talked to online.
absolutely.
So again, dates are December 14th through 16th. It's a 3-day convention. And we'll be there all 3 days. We've got an autograph thing every day. We've got a panel every day. What are the panels we're doing? There's a random encounters.
We're doing a random encounters panel. We are
that's fun.
doing our musical rewrites panel.
Oh, you
That's
guys get to rewrite the
fan
songs.
favorite, one of our favorites.
We bring kazoos.
Yep.
So if you want a free kazoo, we'll sign your kazoo even. You got to come to the convention. Yeah. And I think we talked about changing one.
Yes.
The YouTube one.
Yeah, which one did we change it to?
We
I think, asked for our YouTube campfire stories one.
so we're doing your YouTube campfires.
Which I don't remember if it's called campfire or horror stories right now.
YouTube horror stories, campfire stories.
Either way, it's the one where we get to talk about disasters on set, costumes that fall apart, actors that don't show up, footage gets deleted, all of the worst crises that you might have after 7 years of random encounters, being like, oh, it's blowing up, or that guy's on fire, or whatever it is, like,
Nobody's been on fire recently.
recently.
But we did just like rework that panel, and I really enjoyed it the last time we did it, where we actually compete with each other to
Yes.
see who can tell like the
competitive
worst
element.
story. I like trying to beat these guys. I don't do it often because honestly, they've had a worse time on set than I have. But
It's a perfect tie right now, by the way. We had a good time in Las Vegas
did.
just 2 weeks ago, and we had this panel, and we tied. All three of us ended up with an even score. So it's a blank slate still. We don't have a decided, like, no one's got the edge quite yet. We need people in Chicago to help decide. So please, definitely, if you're going to be there, come to that panel too. Help us decide who's actually telling the horrorest stories.
Spookiest.
The spookiest horror stories. Because we're all tied right now. We've been keeping score. We're going to keep score between conventions, I think, too. So far, Las Vegas called us all tied. It's up to you guys in Chicago to fix this.
yes, make me win, guys.
No.
She had to come from behind. Like, we thought Nate was going to win, and then they gave Gwen an extra point to tie it instead of letting Nate win.
It's because they think that
She's
a certain
vindictive.
fish is really gross.
It's true. The creepy fish story won them
Good.
over.
He's still hanging out in the drawer.
He is. He's over in the drawer right now. Not lying. He's still there.
You're the only one who will ever put him back. And you're not going to touch him to put him back. So.
Yeah, he's got a fun. I like him over there. Is there anything else going on that we're supposed to inform them about?
I don't think so.
No.
So, quick recap of the whole chat. There's a musical coming out in a few weeks for Christmas. It's about May from Overwatch. There's a convention that's going to be in Chicago on the 14th through 16th, and you can register with a link.
There's a Shovel Werewolf Christmas episode
There
coming
is.
out on Christmas Eve, December 24th. And there will be bloopers from the entire season to follow on the last day of the year.
Yeah. Peter is not going to be back starting in January. The channel will just be the three of us.
Moving on to new and exciting things with his life. So we wish him well.
Yeah.
And we understand that after 7 years, you might want to change of scenery. So.
You might like having a different job that's not YouTube
Yeah.
every day. Especially if video production is less fun than some of the other things you've been doing. So, Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to get a shirt, I think those are...
You can buy this shirt.
iTunes, stuff like that. That's all, I think, in the description. Patreon is also down there. So if you want to support the videos, get updates every week, take a look down there. And not to be confused with donating toward the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation, which that campaign is still going. And I can't encourage you guys enough. Please go contribute to it. We are so excited that mostly Game Theory has done most of the heavy lifting on this project, but it's past $200,000 raised to support this foundation. The Brain and Behavior Research Foundation does a great job, and they are doing important work. Can't stress it enough. So please, $1, less than $1, if you've got anything that you can donate to them, please go donate it to them. It's the season of giving. Please give to the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation. Help us to really make some difference, some change in the world.
We're not doing a big donation stream. Numi is dead. Somebody just asked. This is our plug. If you want to find the donation button, it's on our last video, the first prize Tink 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 challenge.
Yeah.
There is a donation button right there. You can also go to the Game Theorists and donate through them.
I think it's on GT Live. I think if you go to GT Live, you can find that stream.
It was on the Game Theorists.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Whether you do it through us or through them does not matter. We're just trying to make it as easy on you as possible.
It'll be labeled.
The
There'll be a
money-
big donate button.
The money goes directly to the foundation,
Yeah.
no matter which way you do it. So
And we just put $500 in yesterday in that video. So
woohoo!
yes, like I said, it's past $200,000. That's awesome. We can go higher. It's going for like the rest of December. So please help make a difference. Please. That's it. I think.
Yeah.
That's it.
All
Thank
right.
you guys so much for joining us today. This is super fun. We love hanging out with you and can't wait to start 2019 and all the fun things. But we've got a lot of videos coming up still this month first.
Lots
So,
of work to do still.
Yeah, we're going to get to it. But thanks again. We're going to catch you guys. The next live chat will be January. It's a race for the phones. Who can do it? Who can do it? I'm going to get there. January 5th. I get competitive about this stuff.
I don't care.
January 5th at noon Pacific time. So we'll see you guys then, hopefully, if not before, because we have a video every week, including one of these weeks. It's going to be a music video about May from Overwatch.
Aw, yeah.
You guys ready to beard salute out of here?
I think so.
You guys ready to beard salute? All right, let's do it. HMYJ, beard salute!